A comedian showed up to the Breakfast Club today and had a heated confrontation with Charlamagne the God over a recent Donkey of the Day. Charlamagne the God rewarded Jerrod Charmicahel Donkey of the Day last week and went in on him over his Dave Chappelle joke and an edgy race joke that he made while doing stand-up comedy. Charlamagne the God and Jerrod Charmicahel are friends. Now, I'm not saying don't give your friend Donkey of the Day, but this Donkey of the Day felt like Charlamagne the God had to have went out of his way to give Jerrod Charmicahel Donkey of the Day because it really wasn't clear why he was getting Donkey of the Day.
Well, Donkey of the Day for Tuesday, April 9th goes to the good brother Jerrod Charmicahel, my Carolina brethren. Great guy, okay? He's in North Carolina, I'm South Carolina. But today's lesson is about grace. This is a teachable moment. See, yesterday we was on Breakfast Club, and Just Hilarious was reporting in Just with the Mess, a conversation about Jerrod Charmicahel and a conversation he had about Dave Chappelle. And Jerrod Charmicahel called Dave Chappelle an egomaniac. Okay, according to Jerrod, he said Dave wanted to apologize publicly. He wanted Jerrod to apologize publicly for criticizing his anti-trans legacy. Yes, Jerrod told Esquire magazine that him and Dave had tension because Jerrod criticized Chappelle jokes about the transgender community. Jerrod said, Chappelle, do you know what comes up when you Google your name, bro? That's what Charmicahel asked during the GQ magazine interview, referring to, Dave's comments about trans people. He says, that's the legacy. Your legacy is a bunch of opinions on trans.
For context, Jerrod Charmicahel is an openly gay man who had a friendship with Dave Chappelle. Now, that friendship apparently had some buckles or had some rifts in it because Jerrod Charmicahel criticized Dave Chappelle edgy trans humor a while back, and Dave Chappelle had an issue with it. Now, Jerrod Charmicahel called Dave Chappelle an egomaniac because Dave Chappelle had an issue with Jerrod Charmicahel giving a public statement denouncing Dave Chappelle edgy trans humor. Now, here's the thing, bro, right? He's an openly gay man. He has every right to have that opinion, right? And him expressing that opinion, I don't think is so outrageous or egregious that is Donkey of the Day worthy. But Charlamagne the God gave it to him, and it feels like he was kind of reaching or overstepping. Maybe I could be wrong. That's just how I feel. Again, I'm not, my opinion is not what matters, right? In an attempt to convince Jerrod Charmicahel why he should have some leniency or grace for Dave Chappelle, Charlamagne the God brings up a soundbite that's pretty controversial and been circulating online, essentially saying, yo, you're out here saying some controversial things as well. You should probably extend the same grace to Dave Chappelle because when we Google your name, some wild things pop up.
The reason I felt like Jerrod, should show Chappelle or any other comedian grace is simply because at some point you will offend. And lo and behold, not 12 hours after me saying that, Jerrod Charmicahel was all over the internet because of a joke made on his new HBO series, Jerrod Charmicahel Reality Show. Let me read you the headline from TMZ before I play you the audio. Jerrod Charmicahel, slavery, race play joke, stirs backlash to self-hate is cringe. Let's listen to the joke.
I sometimes joke to him that, our relationship is like that of, a slave and the master's son who teaches me how to read by candlelight. Yeah, he groans too, because he's a good person. He doesn't like that joke. I like that joke. That's my burden. I think that's hilarious. Yes, sir? Marie Antoinette, sir? I don't know what that is. That's a joke. That's for me.
The soundbite that Charlamagne the God played does allude to a nasty narrative, which is Jerrod Charmicahel fetishizes race playing in the bed with a slave master's son, and him being a slave, and a slave master's son is teaching him different things and how to read, and there's a vast IQ difference, right? That's a nasty agenda, and that's what the soundbite was alluding to. And Charlamagne the God even extended on that narrative and just outright said it, that Jerrod Charmicahel is into this weird race play thing.
Jerrod, do you know what comes up when you Google your name, bro? That's the legacy. Your legacy is a bunch of opinions on role-playing slavery with your white boyfriend. It's an odd penis to die on. Do you see how quickly those tables can turn? Okay, this is why I don't understand, comics coming at other comics. I'm not a comic, but there should be some type of rules about comics, criticizing other comics. And even if it's not an unwritten rule, just you as a comic should be like, I don't like Dave's jokes, but publicly adding on, to a pile on of another comic as a comic, to me is lame. especially when, people are saying that the comic is being offensive. Now, what if Dave came out and started, criticizing Jerrod for his jokes and said he was offended about, the role-playing slavery with his white boyfriend joke? It's Dave Chappelle we talking about here. What?
Can't suck anything.
Charlamagne the guy that lose to, and some may say he outright said, the joke that we just heard from Jerrod Carmichael is Jerrod Carmichael being open about role-playing slavery with his boyfriend, right? And because he believes the joke is Jerrod Carmichael role-playing slavery with his boyfriend, he believes, right, that if Jerrod Carmichael is critical of Dave Chappelle, then Dave Chappelle will be in the right to attack Jerrod Carmichael, call Jerrod Carmichael role-playing slavery with his boyfriend. But here's the thing. The soundbite itself was taken out of context and doesn't accurately mirrors like which direction the joke was going. So when Jerrod Carmichael showed up to the Breakfast Club today, he was pretty pissed off that Charlamagne the God suggested that he was into role-playing slavery with his boyfriend and using an out-of-context soundbite. Now, Jerrod Carmichael was so pissed off that in the intro, in the greeting, right, he told Envy, bro, like, cut the chit-chat, bro. Let's get to why I'm here, right? He wouldn't even wait for the intro to be complete.
DJ Envy, just hilarious. Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
We have Jerrod Carmichael.
Our
Welcome.
guy.
I be doing your voice in the showers. Morning, everybody. It's DJ. I be
Jerrod thinks about you when he's naked.
Yeah. Let's lean into all the gay shit. Sometimes when I'm naked, I think about DJ
Envy's voice.
Yes.
Happy to see you, Jerrod.
Happy to see you, bro. So
I'm always happy when people come right after Donkey of the Day.
The Charlamagne gave him.
Oh my God. Listen, bro. Let me tell you something. I was responding to you like Monique. Like I was in my house just pacing around, just being like, Leonard, what would your mother say about giving me? No, let's talk about that. So there's a couple things I want to make clear about that.
Well, let's start off for people that don't know.
Jerrod.
he came in hot.
This is on YouTube. People will see this shit. People will see this. It'll be the video right up next to me in the fur coat with the earrings, and it'll be like, Donkey of the Day, whatever.
We just want to know how you doing first.
We'll get to that later. Listen, no. We got some shit to settle first.
Right, let's
okay.
go.
So,
Charlamagne gave you Donkey today.
Gave me Donkey of the Day.
For what, Charlamagne?
Gave me Donkey. No, I'm gonna get into it.
Okay.
So,
To be fair, commenting that hot is sort of warranted if you believe you was taken like grotesquely out of context, and the Donkey of the Day helped spread a particular narrative about what you were saying that you didn't say, and it sort of like shaped, a narrative about you that people who, let's say, weren't aware about you now have that narrative in their head about you, right? I can understand being pissed off, right? Especially if a platform as big as the Breakfast Club helps spread that, right? So now, while Jerrod Carmichael was confronting Charlamagne the God about the particular clip he did in Donkey of the Day and how the clip was out of context and Charlamagne the God painting of him being into role-playing slavery, was inaccurate, Charlamagne the God admits that he never watched the full clip. Like, Charlamagne the God, like, literally admits, bro, hey, I never watched like the stand-up comedy or the full clip. I just, heard the soundbite and made my conclusion, which is sort of irresponsible if we're being honest here.
Because you reported on you played a clip of my stand-up, but it started at the punchline and it like completely erased the setup of it, and I really don't like that. It made it seem like I was talking like I'm into some type of race, sexual, slavery role play with my boyfriend, which is untrue. It's so false. And I expect that type of thing from TMZ because they have no humanity. They don't care about the people that get hurt when they report these sort of things. But you're a friend, so I really didn't like that. I know you repeated it in the Neil interview. I didn't like that. That was very, very unfair. It was a joke.
I saw that clip though.
But I need you to watch the show. Anybody who watches the show, it's not what I said. It's so false. It's so untrue, and I don't like that because
the joke about reading.
It has nothing to do with my boyfriend. It has nothing like the sex that we have. It has nothing to do with sex. It's something that like people have been reporting on, and I really, really don't like it. It's about my boyfriend reading so much. He makes me feel insecure about my level of reading.
The reaction in my group chat is kind of mixed. Some people is on Charlamagne the God side and saying, even though that's not exactly what you said, like the yes sir and the slave role play you did, right? And the acting out of slave vernacular in your stand-up is damn near role playing slavery with your boyfriend, but that's literally what you did. While others are saying, no, we, like we watched it and we know the full context, and the full context was about Reed. And so it's split, right? I believe this conversation should have been 30 seconds max. He said, yo, bro, this was about Reed, and this wasn't about no role-playing slavery, bro. I don't got no role-playing kinks in my bedroom with my boyfriend. And Charlamagne got said, oh, damn, bro, I didn't watch the full clip. So even if I'm right, just off the virtue of I didn't watch the full clip, I'm sorry, my bad. Right? It should have stopped there. Now, the more Jerrod Carmichael talked, though, like, the more he sort of, like, put people off because, like, in the beginning, people were feeling where he was coming from. And then when he began to say things like, yo, I'm usually the smartest person in the room. He's usually the smartest person in these predominantly black rooms he's in, but his white boyfriend is so smart it makes him feel inferior, right? So, like, again, it's just a nasty, nasty narrative that statements like that allude to.
And look, come after me. That's fine, but don't come after like my boyfriend who.
I don't think we came at your boyfriend though. We knew it was about you.
I'm saying when that's in the headline and that's reported, like, and then misreported, like, oh, he's into race slave play with his white boyfriend. I don't like that headline because it's false. It's not true at all. Now on to Dave Chappelle.
No, I want to stick to the joke though. In context, the joke's still not a good joke.
Well, that's on you. Listen, I've been a professional comedian for a while. I got some
because you're still saying you're a slave.
No,
he's a slave
that
master.
joke,
the slave master is teaching the slave to read.
Listen, I'm talking about my own personal insecurity. I'm an educated person. I'm usually the smartest person in the room. He reads so much, it makes me feel like, oh, do I even know how to read? That joke works if I had a black boyfriend. My boyfriend were black. That joke actually works better if I had a black boyfriend.
And you the slave, and the white person is the slave master.
Listen, if you are...
And you're from North Carolina, where know the first anti-literacy laws were created in North and South Carolina.
Sure. But that's not my role as a comedian to start getting into like literacy laws and stuff like that. You've completely lost that.
I agree with that point Jerrod Carmichael just made, right? Jerrod Carmichael is a comedian. His job isn't to do what Dr. Umar Johnson or Michael Eric Dyson does, right? His job isn't social activism, right? He's a comedian. His job is to make jokes. Rather, it's socially sensitive or not, bro, is not his issue, right? Like he's not here to worry about carrying the black race on his back and pushing it forward. He's a comedian. So I completely agree with that particular sentiment. Now, Charlamagne the God in this conversation even tried to walk back the fact that he even brought up role-playing slavery. And Jerrod Carmichael had to call him out on it, bro. Like, bro, you can't walk it back, Charlamagne. Like, I literally hear you say it. And y'all heard him say it too. So, yeah, like, check it out.
But don't misconstrue what I said and don't, like, make it into something that it's not, because that's where I start to get offended.
Now, I don't think we made it into
what was that the statement, like, oh, you said it like multiple times on the show, like, oh, he's into slave role play with his white boyfriend. That's untrue.
I don't know if I said it like that. I think
you said it, Charlamagne. Roll the clip.
That
That is not the joke. The joke's about me reading. The joke's about my insecurity about like not being as well read. When I be in bed
I don't know if Charlamagne the God truly forgot if he ever brought up role playing slavery. But he literally said it. We heard him say it. Jerrod Carmichael heard him say it. Like, I'm not in Charlamagne the God's head, so I don't know if him forgetting was intentional or if he truly forgot he said it. Nonetheless, though, I don't know, right? Now, like, the root of this, though, was Jerrod Carmichael's, I guess, criticism of Dave Chappelle. Now, Jerrod Carmichael would offer up an apology to Dave Chappelle and say that, he knows Dave Chappelle personally, and if he had any type of criticisms of Dave Chappelle, he should have picked up the phone and told it to Dave Chappelle personally, which I don't agree with at all. I feel like if you are a public figure, like, you should get spoken on, right? If you are a public figure and I have an opinion of you and my job is to give opinions, well, I should be able to give my opinion of you, right? As long as it's respectful without you having a manic episode. So I don't agree with the pick up the phone and call your public figure friends and let them know you're about to speak on them before you speak on them.
And because I've talked about Dave a lot, I don't want to talk about Dave anymore. I honestly, I called him an egomaniac. I'm an egomaniac. I'm here to talk about me. I have a show that I want to talk about.
Have you spoken to him personally? Have you spoken to him on the phone?
Yeah. I know Dave. And you know what? And I'll tell you, honestly, from now on, any thoughts I have for Dave will be directed in a phone call to Dave. I'll never do it again. I do apologize for that. I'm man enough to say that that is wrong. I don't need it. I don't want the attention. It's going on way too long.
Yeah.
Don't want it at all. I'm here to talk about me.
They got down to the bottom of their issues, and they indeed talked it out. Now, it looks like Jerrod Carmichael made a compelling point on the Breakfast Club in terms of Charlamagne the God not seeing the full clip and sort of giving him donkey of the day and taking his words out of context. And to avoid that lawsuit, bro, it looks like the Breakfast Club has removed the donkey of the day video on Jerrod Carmichael and is no longer up on YouTube. Nobody can find it. Well, unless you watch this video, right? So it's gone, right? So, I'm just glad, brother, that they were able to come to, I guess, a reconcile to where things didn't, go too far out. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this? Do you guys believe, that Jerrod Carmichael had a point, or does Charlamagne the guy have a point? Let me know, right? And if you're still watching, click on the video somewhere on my screen to find out about the huge drama between DJ Academics, Adam22, and Joe Budden. Click on this video here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.